Hello, my name is Tasleigh Mullins and I'm your host for today at the Pageant Perspective Podcast, where we go beyond the sash, celebrating beauty and unveiling stories. We are joined by the first ever Mr. Eldos, our king and our first prince. Can you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, beautiful people. My name is Damion Bracks. I'm 25 years old and I currently hold the title of Mr. Eldorado Park.
My name is Elano Morgan. I'm from Eldorado Park Extension 1 and I am 28 years of age and I have the first title of the first prince.
Okay, so guys, you know, it's so exciting that you guys are the first Mr. Eldos. So I want to dive a bit deeper. I want you guys to tell me about yourselves and why you entered this pageant. So can you start?
So I'm a very humble person. I'm a very down-to-earth person and I'm very kind-hearted in that sense. And I entered Mr. Eldorado Park because I felt like I want to be a role model to the young men in the community, because I know that there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of gangsterism happening within the community. So at least if people see that there is good within Eldorado Park, they can see that there's like a sense of hope, if I should call it. So then I can actually be that beacon of hope. So somebody can look at me and say, oh, there is someone that's out here that got goals, that's goal-orientated, that's goal-driven. So that the young men out there can look at me and say like, oh, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be like him. What does he have that I don't have, you know, like take notes, like they can look at me and say like, no, I want a change in my life because I feel like how things are going right now, I don't want to let circumstance get to me. Like despite everything happening around me, that there is some sort of like an example, like a forefront out there that shows that like, no, despite what's happening around you, you don't become like what's happening around you. You rather be different and stand out and follow whatever's happening.
That is true, and it's so important to see or to be that young man that is an example to other men, you know, whether it is older men, whether it's younger men. So can you tell me about yourself and why you entered this pageant?
Okay. Like I said, my name is Elorado Morgan. Can I first start by saying how did I enter the pageant? I entered the pageant because why not? Like my grandmother actually made us join the pageant because I asked her, but then she told me no, go for your dreams, because I thought pageant is just like for ladies and it. And then my heart just told me just go for it and go try. And yeah, and then I went to the pageant and yeah, that's where I learned.
All you do is win, no matter what.
So yeah, that's where I started liking the page thing and yeah.
And about yourself? Can you tell me about yourself?
Oh, I'm a dancer and I love I love kids. I love kids and yeah, I'm dyslexic and I just want people to know who I am and yeah, what my problems, my ups and downs. So yeah,
and we don't consider things like this problems, you know.
Yes.
We consider it something that you were given and something that you would use to empower other people, you know.
Yes.
So it's very nice that you share this. It's a very vulnerable thing to share, and I'm glad you did.
Thank you so much.
So talking about the aspect of males in the pageant space, how would you convince or tell other males to enter the world of pageantry? So can you start first?
I'll actually sit them down and let them know like pageantry is not only about modeling or like walking the stage or like walking a runway. It's not about that. It's about coming out there and demonstrating who you are as a person. It's about expressing yourself. So if you have a talent, you can express yourself in a talent. You know, it's like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to do with walking alone, or it's not just about as a guy being good looking. It's what you can present and what you have to give. It's like what comes from inside. So like Elano as well, he entered, and look at him, he's a talented individual, he's a dancer. And I mean, if you see him dance, you'll notice like, wow, he's got the moves actually. So
And he's quite attractive. You guys are very attractive.
Thank you. And there's a lot of guys out here that I know, some of them not personally, that's very talented individuals. Some can draw as well, some can sing. And yeah, there's a lot of good talented individuals within Eldorado Park, so I can motivate them and speak to them in that sense, let them know like, guys, this is just a platform for you to express yourself, because you'll never know what doors might open as well. There's a lot of doors can open. You'll never know that day on the show who can be sitting in the crowd.
Exactly.
You know, so somebody can scout you that day and say, oh, you're a singer. Wouldn't you like to come and sing with me? You get overseas opportunities. You get a mountain of opportunities. So I let them know, like, don't cover yourself. Don't hide yourself. Like, be more out there. Like, you know, don't hide yourself from the world. Rather, come out there, speak to the right people, and you'll see that you will be able to make a change on your end as well. Yes.
I agree. And you, what would you say to another male and convince him that pageantry is the way to go?
I will convince, especially the young ones, that pageantry is just, it's not just for, you know, for girls, like Damion said. And yeah, man, I will just tell them to say that you have to, you know, go for your dreams and, you know, push that what's in your heart. So yeah, I would just tell them to say that you have to push yourself. Don't make people must tell you what to do. So yeah, follow your dreams.
I really do agree. And like talking about pageantry being a way to push your dreams and your goals, and enter, like as a male, you enter without even thinking about anyone else besides yourself. You know, it's for you and it's for your growth. But can you tell me, what is your advocacy? What do you want to do with this platform, and why pageantry? Like what else are you going to do about it? Yeah.
For me, I feel like pageantry is like the gateway to a lot of things. Like I mentioned, it opens up doors. It gives you a platform, actually. So what I want to do is focus more on like the male spectrum, especially regarding mental health, because there's a lot of men out there that go through a lot and that's quiet about it. Like Elano as well is dyslexic, so he feels like he doesn't want to tell people about it because people might laugh, or somebody might make fun of his condition, and to him it's something serious. So he feels like he doesn't want to mention anything because people might find it funny.
It is serious, even beyond him. Like it is a serious thing, and it is good that you are giving people courage to speak about it. People who struggle with the same thing, to speak about it. Yeah.
So that's why for the month of November, I'm starting a mental health awareness campaign called Movember. So that's where we deal about, or not myself, but the campaign itself is about men's mental health and about men that have testicular cancer as well. But I'm focusing more on the mental health issue. So in terms of stats as well, like it was even alarming when I did research on the stats. They said men die, how can I put this? Men die every minute from suicide. So that's there's 100.
That's very
there's
alarming.
1,440 minutes in a day. So that's 1,440 men a day.
That is hectic.
And that's
I did
a
not
lot.
even know that
No.
statistic.
Yeah, that's how much men die every minute. Not even like every day, every minute men die. So you ask yourself, why are men dying like that every day through suicide? What's wrong? Because men feel like, why should I open up? Because if I open up and express myself and become more vulnerable, people laugh at me. Or if I especially when you shed tears, people are like, no, men must be strong. Like, don't cry. Like, that's because society has blocked that off for men. They put a stigma there that says, no, you don't cry. You toughen it up. But men, if you toughen that up, if you hide all of that, because men is masculine, so if you keep that all within, you become frustrated and you lose your mind. So that's why guys just feel like, no, I can't take it anymore. Nobody's there for me. Nobody understands me. So I think it's just end of the road for me. So that's the awareness I would like to create, that men don't have to keep things for themselves.
Yeah.
They can create a brotherhood as well amongst their friends and speak to each other. Because like me, I have 2 other brothers at home and we have that brotherhood. We speak to each other about things. We open up to each other. We make it comfortable. Even with my friends as well. I have friends as well that we can speak to each other. And I mean, it's open. You can speak about anything. Nobody will be laughing at you despite whatever's happening in your life. We just know that we're there for you. You have somebody to speak to.
And you create that safe
and
space.
You create a safe space. So that's what I want to encourage men. And it's men in general. There's no age, it's not age specific. It's men in general to create a safe space amongst each other, and for women as well. So the woman can know as well, like, men don't really have it easy in life because in terms of men getting partners, men are the providers and the protectors. So you think about all their things, especially if you get a woman, getting a partner, especially when you're thinking long term, you're thinking, how should I provide? You're thinking for the future, so it weighs on you. Because if you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you think about a lot of things. So, and it's not only that, it's problems of your own as well. So it's your own life and somebody else's life as well.
Mental health extends beyond relationship.
Yes.
It goes far and wide, in every aspect of your life. Like, the mind is the powerhouse, like we were saying earlier. And on your side, what is your advocacy? What do you want to share in your community and bring awareness to?
What I like to share, like I told you, my audition, I'm dyslexic, so I want to bring that also forth, because it's not just like Damien also says. So for me, it's like this is like my goal. Like if I say like dyslexic, like it's gonna make me want to cry and things, because people just think like dyslexic is someone that can't read and spell, is gonna be a nothing in life. But I don't put it in that way. I just I put God first, and I pray, and I know that God is not he's not unfair. I know God.
And he wouldn't give you something you can't handle.
Yes. So for me, it's like I put God first, and I just wanna share my testimony.
Yeah.
Want people to know. I just want them to know what is
You are not alone.
Yes, thank you. So I just wanted to make it not a thing about me, but about the whole because there is a lot of things happening in our communities and and they're not focusing on that, because like for me, I'm dyslexic. I'm not stupid, I'm not dumb, but I have a brain. God gave me a brain, so I just want that just to be.
And you want people to have like an understanding of who you are.
Yes.
And what it means to be dyslexic. I feel you on that, and that's very important.
Yes.
And who else is better to share the story than you? You share your story.
Yes.
Like you said, you don't want it to be about you, but it is about you. Your story can change so many lives. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
So this is the first Mr. Aldos.
Yes.
And you guys did amazing. And I want to know how you got there. How did you prepare for Mr. Aldos?
How I prepared was, I usually, especially should I start from the beginning or should from the show day?
Whatever you want to talk about, you can talk about it. Like, okay, so let me break it down for you. How you prepared physically, so that would be your physical health, your attire, and then stage presence, how you walked, and then the last one being interview questions, how you prepared to answer the questions that the judges may have given you that day. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how you will break it down.
Okay. So how I prepared was, especially with walking, I learned that I walked too fast, so I should actually slow it down a little bit. So I learned at home, I practiced like walking more slow to make sure that you don't look stiff when you walk. So I'd walk like towards the mirror so that I can see that there's more of like a bounce, not too much of a bounce, but more of like confidence when you walk. So I ensured confidence in my walk, and in preparation, how I would prepare always is, I always put God first. So I would always read the Bible. I love reading the Bible. That's the first thing I do in the morning. I read my Bible, so that's what I always do. Read the word in the morning, pray, and when you start your day, in that way your day goes well. So I continue that routine like throughout, even till now, and till the show day. And I would go for morning jogs as well, to like loosen up a little bit, to get more fit. And I do like the usual push-ups, sit-ups, and like squats and lunges at home, just to keep myself active, to keep my mind active as well. So that's how I prepared physically. And leading up to the show, I know outfit choice was a bit tricky because I was thinking what to wear, what can I wear that can be like, that can suit me. And then I decided for like a royal blue. And it was actually the last suit left in the store, I remember. And I was like, what is this for?
Yeah, God answered you.
Yeah, it was like,
this one is for you.
Yeah, and I was going through all the stores. I was like, I can't find this color. And then eventually I was like, no, let me try this shoot shop. And the dude was like, no, this is the last one. And I was like, thank goodness.
And it was your size.
And it was my size. I just had to basically take in the pants to make it a bit more like straight cut. Yeah, so, but other than that, like it was my size. And you have to stick in the jacket, anything, like no, everything was my size. It was perfect.
That is so great. That's a nice story to tell.
Yeah.
And on your side, how did you prepare? Should I break the 3 down for you again? So how did you prepare physically, look-wise, and like health-wise, even mentally? And how did you prepare your walk, your stage presence, and how did you prepare for interview questions?
So for me, like I started off like, like Damien said, of course you have to start your day off with a prayer, because God is the one that's, keeping us alive. And so I first start with a prayer. After a prayer, I do my because I love dancing, so that keeps me like super fit. Like so then I will maybe do TikToks, and then it's just for the Vuma, and then after that, and then I'll start with my walking, because walking, because most people say if you're a boy model, then you have to have it, But I just think like in a boy walking, because the girls, they by the waist, so we by our
Shoulders.
Yeah, so that's how I prepare myself, by walking, keeping your chest up, and just being yourself. And
like that's the main aspect, just being yourself, Yeah.
So
And interview questions, I don't think you answered that.
I realized that.
So I'm gonna let him do
okay,
it
let him
first.
finish. Yes.
Your interview questions, how did you prepare for that? Like for me it's very nerve-wracking. Like even just speaking like us right now, I always get nervous. But how do you deal with that? How did you prepare?
Oh, like I prepared, like I said, you put God in front, and then He will lead you. So that's what I done. Like I just put God in front of me, and then things just roll.
He literally led the way.
Because without Him, nothing will be happening. Because so if you have Him on your side, and then nothing will go wrong. So I just believe it. Always keep God first.
Can you guys tell me, how did entering this pageant change you and winning these titles, being the first Mr. Eldos? Do you feel like it had an impact on you? And can you tell me more about that?
Yes, how it changed me, it made me more confident, because I was not a confident person really. When people always used to tell me, oh, let Damien speak, and I used to run away and hide. Or even if it's at family events, or when you're somewhere and somebody's like, oh no, let Damien speak, and I used to just hide away and be like, no, I'm not here. So it brought out a side of me that's more outspoken, and I love that actually, because like even now, even at home, my parents can see, my parents always compliment me on that side, and they say they love how confident I am now. They can even see if I speak to them, or my mom would come and ask me for advice, and like she never does that. So she saw that growth in me, and she's like, no, I want to ask you
That's
for
so good.
So whenever I give her advice and she realizes, she's even shocked, she'll be like, I had no idea that, like my son can speak about things like this, and she's shocked about it. And I'm like, well, yeah, at least you notice the growth, and that's something I've worked on for myself as well, because you as a person always have to grow. So I've always focused on my own growth, and I could see that with the pageant. Like I said, it made me more confident and more outspoken. So now, if that has to happen, if somebody's like, oh, Damien, can you do this? And I'll be like, yes, no problem. And I take the lead and do it. So it made me more of a leader as well. And it made me super confident, and I love that about it.
I love that. I love that so much. And can you tell me, how did this pageant change you?
So this pageant, like, yeah, it really, touched my heart, like, because, like I said, like, the pageant is like, because I told him my story also about dyslexic, and they helped me a lot, and the pageant is not just about, you winning and,
Yeah, it's much more than that,
yes,
you know.
it's like for me, it's like this pageant showed me, like, like your friends you can keep them close, and it showed me like a lot about
and how much support
self-esteem
and you get from your community and your friends, and
so yeah, that's what.
And self-esteem.
Yeah, but I wasn't like a shy person. I'm not gonna, but yeah, I'm not a shy person.
I just wanted you to tell me more about what you were saying about self-esteem.
Oh, self-esteem, like I just did like esteem that, that I am Elano Morgan, and I can do, I can do a lot, and I really want to help people, because the pageant that we entered, it's about, helping.
Yeah, it's not only about you growing, but it's also about
yes.
helping your community.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me. Just,
I absolutely love that. I love that you guys were changed by entering a pageant. It's nice to know about these things. And I want to ask, like we were saying now, outside of yourself and growing as a person, what community projects are you guys involved in?
At the moment, I'm not involved in any community projects, but I would love to be involved in the future.
Do you have anything planned with Mr. Aldo's? Do you have?
No, I don't have. I have something planned like for myself, but I haven't informed them as yet. But I just wanted to take off on my side first. It's like in a planning phase, basically. So I don't want to say things prematurely. So I rather make sure everything is like settled, and so once it's settled on my side, then it can kick off.
Okay. That's good. We would like to hear about it as well.
Yeah.
And on your side, what community projects are you involved in?
Oh, like now I'm not involved in any community work, because I first want to focus on myself. And
in the future, do you have anything planned?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes, I do, but not for now, because I first wanna reach my goals.
And you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes, you can't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I love that. When you are ready to tell us about it, we'd also like to know. We'd like to know what community projects you guys are involved in. Maybe we can come support.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no. So guys, I want to ask you, what do you consider your biggest achievement, or something that has shaped you outside of the world of pageantry, Because we are talking about how you were shaped through this pageant, but what shaped you outside of pageantry?
I would say the people that have been around me, like my family at home and my brothers as well, because life was not easy for me. So it takes a toll on you, knowing that as a guy, you're thinking your future needs to be secure. Like, what are you gonna do? Like time, I wouldn't necessarily say time is running out, but you're thinking you're getting to a certain age where you feel like you should have made it in life already,
And we all have those things, especially like in our 20s. Like I feel you on that. You are not alone.
So I actually came out of that through the help of my brothers and my friends and family. People that were always constantly around me. They always informed me and let me know, like, no, like, you're still young. Don't feel like it's not the end of the world, Don't feel like, oh, you're like 23 or you're 24. Now you're reaching 25 and now you feel like nothing's coming. And then I was like, I just felt like, really, guys, I mean, like, I don't see anything happening, But then, like, this year, things took a big change for me, because, like, with the pageantry, I decided, like, no, let me enter this competition. Maybe something.
And you put yourself out there.
Yes, I said, you know what? Let me, like you said, put myself out there. Let me not just sit back and, like, watch from the sidelines, Let me put myself out there. And ever since doing that, I mean, like, look where I am today.
You went to go fetch your life.
Exactly. I was like, no, you must literally go after the things you want.
And that's true. Like, you can say you want X, Y, and Z. but that X, Y, and Z is not going to come
Yeah,
to you.
exactly. It's like, what are you
know?
willing to do to get it? You know,
Yeah.
like I always tell my brothers, like God rewards those that want it the most.
Mm,
so when God
yes.
sees how much do you want this, so because you're into the modeling field and pageantry, so I'm gonna give you this step. I'm gonna open the door for you. Now show me how much you want it. And that's the work that I put in. And God was like, no, you showed me, so then I'll reward you. So that's how it is for my life now, and the friends and family that was with me always. So now I can a testament to them being there, and I thank them for that and for never giving up on me.
My biggest achievement is I wanna see myself on the BET Awards, dancing backstage here, because I am a good dancer. So that's my biggest goal. Like I wanna perform on the BET Awards.
And we also want to see, before you go to
Yeah.
BET, we want to see before they see.
We need backstage
Yes, yes.
pass.
Yes, we need to see. We definitely need to see. So I want to ask you guys, how do you balance, everything in your life? How do you balance your education, your career, and the world of pageantry?
So on my side, I actually work out a schedule. So I'm not a person that sleeps late. I don't sleep in. So automatically, I already trained myself and my mind to wake up early. So I get up at 7 a.m., read my Bible, pray, and then I go for my morning runs, come home, exercise, and then prepare myself to do schoolwork because I do matric at Demlin. So I go through my schoolwork in the morning after working out, and then I have classes starting in the afternoon. So I go according to the subject that's happening that same day. So then already I'm prepared for whatever the teacher will be going through. And when it comes to pageantry, I always work around the schedule. Like if it's things happening in the morning, I can crunch the work and basically continue the work throughout the night maybe. And then if there's events or something happening, I can do it in the morning. Yes. So I'd rather have that happening in the morning, then I have my class in the afternoon, and then I continue with whatever else I have to do at night. So I always work out a schedule. Workout. So once you work out, pray, read Bible, work out, do your work, and then
So everything is according to schedule.
everything goes according to
and
schedule.
we love that schedules make sure that we can balance everything in our lives.
So you can look at it accordingly and not go off track, so that you know it's planned, you prepared your day. So then everything can go well.
And on your side, how do you balance everything in your life? How do you balance your career, education, pageantry? It's a lot. Can you tell me? Oh, and dancing, your whole life. Tell me about it.
So, like you said, I'm a dancer, so I love dancing, and I like to speak to younger girls, because that's my main thing also, to speak to younger girls, because in my community, there's a lot of things happening, Everybody's community, you can, by your community, there is something happening, maybe
The entire country,
There we go. So for me, it's I just wanna, like I said, I first wanna start with myself, and then help those who wants to be helped. Because some guys, if you help them, they don't take it that serious. If you help them, and
You can only offer help to those who will take it.
Here we go.
You can only
Yes.
extend it to those who will
Wants to.
receive it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I don't know. My next step is this, just to help the younger girls, and
And so, besides that, helping younger people, younger women, younger men, how do you balance it all? How do you, your career, your pageantry? Do you have a schedule? Do you just wing it? You just I wake up and
No.
I will figure it out.
So I have dancing classes Monday to Friday, and Monday to Fridays, and then maybe Saturdays, and then I will maybe go out, just to go and help, but without the pageantry, just me, myself, and then
Oh, so
I'll
you
maybe-
extend yourself beyond the world of the pageantry.
Yes,
Yeah.
so then I'll maybe go out, maybe go to older people, the oldies, and then
Yeah.
and then we'll maybe just chat and speak, and maybe just give them a massage on their legs, and things like
And
that.
you know, any little thing that you do can make such a big impact, because you know what? It starts with you.
Yes.
Even if you are just going and you're giving someone a smile, like, or just have a conversation with them, or extend just your love, that means so much to people, you know. And the fact that you find time to put that in your schedule is so amazing. I really love that. I want to ask you guys, like, you guys are so amazing, and it has to come from somewhere, right? Who is your inspiration? Who's your role model?
My role model is a guy by the name of Andrew Tate. I don't know if you know him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the reason why...
Okay, tell me why.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Because
tell me why.
he's the type of guy that redefines masculinity. Because, you know, it's like somewhere along the lines, like guys have lost the plot. And he's out there encouraging men, work out, get your money, guys. Like, focus, have something that drives you. So I take from that always, like, out there. That's like the motivation as well for me. Like, if I listen to things like that, it encourages me, like, yes, I have to. And that's why I have this drive in me today. And that's why I always make sure if I do something, I do it right, and I have a reason behind why I'm doing it. I need to secure my future as well.
So he's currently your role model.
Yes.
Okay. And your biggest role model, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Our father. He's the one that's, you know, he's like my biggest
Like
role model.
God or your father?
No, God. Our God, you know.
Oh,
So,
okay. Our father.
Our father, yes. He's my biggest role model because he's the one gives us bread, you know. He's the one who gave me the talent, you know. And he's the one who made us win the first Prince. So without God, like, you're nothing. So that's why he's my biggest role model, because
Your biggest inspiration.
yes, because anything you ask, he gives it to you. So if you say, God, please open this door, and then God is gonna open.
If
So-
it's meant to be opened, he will open that door for you, you know.
So that's mine.
I want to ask you guys a social media question. We did say that you guys have social media. How do you use your social media platform to promote positive change?
I use myself as an example, because when I post pictures, I don't post prerogative pictures. Or if I do something, okay, I don't do anything like dirty, like in terms of drinking and smoking, so no.
You're very mindful,
Yes.
very demure.
So when I do post pictures, it's always just posing normal. I will have like a nice caption to it, or if I post stories, it's always like upliftment. It's always like from a motivational standpoint. It's always like maybe Bible verses. So that's how it is with me. It's always motivation, Bible verses, and like more of like an encouragement, so that people can know, like, no, there's more to life than just your, basically what's in your circle. There's more to that.
When you post what you post, you are being true to yourself.
Yes, I'm not hiding
Love
anything.
that.
Yes, whoever I am on social media, I am
It's
in
who
real
you
life
are.
as well. Yes, I don't mask anything. I don't hide anything. And with my campaign as well for November, that will be going on social media as well. So I'm using my social media platform to help
make the change.
to create the change, so that people can see, like, okay, there is a guy that decided, no, he's not going to keep things for himself. He's going to let it out and express himself.
So we
Being
have to
more vulnerable in that sense.
we have to keep our eyes out for that. Would you like to share your social media platform with the audience?
Yes, my social media, on my Instagram handle is Damion G Bracks, and my Facebook is Damion G Bracks. So that's where I'll be posting all the content. So I have posters already. So that will be going up the 1st of October, and the promo video will be the middle of October, and then the campaign will be starting the 1st of November. And I'm releasing 5 videos, like, for each Saturday, explaining about mental health. So it won't be too long. It's like 1 minute video each.
Yeah.
And he will be with me. He'll be doing a dance video, you know, so that he can let people know that
I'm so excited,
mental health is, like,
guys.
you know, we out here. So that's what we will be doing. And I'll be having a WhatsApp channel as well, where the videos will be going up, and I'll be having a few quotes there as well, so people can read and, like, keep in touch, you know. And it's for both male and female, you know, so they can stay in touch, know what's happening, and they can know that, like, no, guys, you will never look at men the same again. You never look at a guy and think, like, this guy. You look at him now, and you look at every guy and think, like, wow, guys go through it, eh?
And the mental health of males is such a growing topic, you know,
Yes.
and it's good to be a part of that topic, part of that conversation. You know, you want to take care of our fathers, our grandfathers,
Yes.
our brothers, our uncles. You know, you want to take care of them. We love them, you know. I love that so much. So, you know, social media is good. We love social media. It's
Yeah.
a part of our everyday lives nowadays. And there is a bad side to it. So how do you guys deal with criticism or the negativity that may come from social media?
How I deal with it, I preferably ignore it, because if I'm gonna give that person my energy and time, I'm just adding fuel to the fire. So what I would normally do, if there is maybe a hate comment or somebody that will comment something irrelevant on my post or whatever I'm doing, I'll delete the comment and block the person, because if I'm going to be out here like voicing my opinion to the person and being argumentative and we're going back and forth,
You're feeding the fuel.
Exactly. So that's going to show immaturity as well. So I rather keep quiet. I'll read the comment, just block and remove the comment from my post. Whatever negativity comes, what I'll do is I'll just remove it. So that's how I deal with it, and I feel like that's how it's best dealt with. Ignore and delete rather than fueling it and making someone else basically feel happy, or now they're discouraging you at the end of the day.
Because they want you to respond. They want you to feel some
they
type of
provoke you
way.
at the end of the day. So based off what you're doing, so someone will end up provoking you. It's like what happened with me when I posted that I'm the first Mr. Eldorado Park. Someone commented on my post and said I'm not the first. There was a guy that was first, but then the Miss Eldorado Park page commented and said, no, I am the first within Miss Eldorado Park. That's what I meant by first. So I just changed my caption and I said I'm the first Mr. Eldorado Park within Miss Eldorado Park.
Yeah.
So now it was now better. So now that comment just basically silenced them. So it was like, oh, okay. So I was happy that it was just left at that. But if it continued, I would have just deleted that comment from my post or blocked the person so they can stop.
Yeah, because you
messaging
know
me.
what you meant. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I mean, like,
yeah.
I know what I meant. So that person just felt like, no, you're not the first guy. So I was like, no, I'm the first guy within Miss Eldorado Park. So now it made them know, like, oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
It's because that other guy, it was from another pageant.
And I think maybe it wasn't like negative criticism.
No,
I
it
just
wasn't,
think,
no.
I just think it was maybe a misunderstanding on.
Yes, it was from a
Yeah.
misunderstanding point, yes. So at least he got the message. He was like, okay, sorry, my mistake. So he left it at that and I was like, okay, thank goodness it didn't continue from there, because otherwise I just deleted everything.
Because sometimes we read comments and we may even just mistakenly think this is negative, but that's not what the person meant. That's why we have to be so careful on social media, because our words can get constructed differently or taken differently.
Especially on my side with the mental health issues, like I must make sure my research is thorough and fact checked.
Yeah.
So the stat with the men committing suicide, that comes from the Movember page. They have official Instagram page, so that is an official stat. So yes, so on that,
You only share facts.
yes, exactly. So I don't want to say something and people's like, Damien's lying. Like,
Yeah.
no, guys,
Or
don't
like,
go
what
through
is
that.
it talking about?
Yeah, you know, like, what are you talking about? You know, like, no, and they do their research and they're like, no, what he was saying is lying. So I must make sure my stuff is thorough and to the point and it's fact checked as well. So whatever I say, people should be like, oh, damn. And if they check up on it, it would be like, oh, he's right. It wouldn't be like, no, my guy. No, a lot of men aren't dying. Why are you lying? So it's like, no, check it. And then when they check it, they're like, oh.
Thank you so much.
We have come to the end of our podcast for today. Thank you so much, Damien.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Elano.
It's lovely being here.
And that is all at the Pageant Perspective Podcast. Until next time, goodbye.